Connected. Welcome back, everybody. Let us play Project IGI. Because this was released in the European Union. Hey, why is my camera off? Hey, sorry. Hold on, let me adjust the camera. There we go. Yep, it's going working well. Exactly. Okay, Project IGI game released in 2000. So as this moment, right this very second, it's been over 24 years. Yes. Many of my viewers are not even 24 years. So that means this game is that old. This game released in the millennia. December 2000.
We traced Yosef's call to his apartment.
And look at those, like every other game during that era, and you see how Anya's thumb is reversed. You see that? Like it's like this.
The mobile's located at a military area.
And look at the thumb of Anya. These are joined, and they somehow misplaced the thumb. How is that even possible? Interesting. Get to the truck. Reach it, steal it. The main target is pre-boy. There we go. This never gets old. This will never get old. As a matter of fact, this actually is criminal that I.G.I. Origins has been dismantled, disbanded. So the studio that was supposed to make that game has been disintegrated. The widescreen fix for so many older games, there is a widescreen fix, and even for Need for Speed Most Wanted, when I replayed, at the widescreen, it just feels off. It feels odd. Okay, chat is available. That's right, everybody. It's perfect. All the facial expressions and everything, it does feel that era, and somehow it has still stood the test of time. Now, Project IGI, this, what age were you when you first heard of this game? I would say I was around 5th grade. That means 11 or 12 years old. Quite a boy. So surprisingly, if you didn't know, when this game released, it received mixed reviews due to shortcomings and the AI. So right off the top of my head, like this one, the bullet, it does not curve down due to gravity, as in you can take and there was a hack for this, the binocular hack. You put the binocular, you put the crosshair at the dead center. Regardless of how far the enemy is, you will take that enemy down. And they can't hear you. So that's the thing. Like dumb AI. Not to mention you can carry unlimited weapons, which was a norm in the early days, and in those days. And this does include some stealth. Like, look at this. Shooting out the sound box and the cameras. Because it's not supposed to be an all-out assault game. There are some stealth elements. I mean, it rewards you for stealth. If you just go guns blazing right off the bat, then you would have a hard time. Look at that. And the health system, just like Max Payne. Even for GTA also, you had a health bar. There, look at that. He didn't shout, he just... The enemy. And we're using a Dragonov. Russian weapon. Pew. And there was no save system in those days. Remember when you die, you have to restart the whole level all over again? Just for that one small, tiny part. That is the hardest part. And just to get to that point, you have to restart the whole game. I mean, the whole level again and again and again. Usually when you get stuck, you retry that part only again and again and again. But the sound design overall, it was interesting. And when you walk on soil, there's a mushy, and the sound is mushy. Look at that. And before you know it, first level has already been cleared. So boxy. I mean, this game is quite boxy. Oh, what happened? What the hell just happened? Guess I got stuck somewhere.
Our next objective is to disable the local air defense.
Disable a local air defense system.
Evacuate Yusuf from the airfield.
The
Too
airfield.
slow. Way too slow. It's too much of a risk.
Too slow.
Yusuf's our only link with the heist.
Look at her. Look at her.
They knew not only
Look at her
how the warhead
thumb.
had been taken,
It's
they
it's
knew
like this.
how,
I mean, both.
heck, even
It
coded
should
the warhead's
it should not be like this.
number.
It's like that.
They must have him in one piece and alive.
What about me?
This is what you
Yeah,
have
her
to do.
right thumb
Infiltrate the
is
SAM
on.
battery. You will find explosive
SAM,
there.
surface to air missile. So SAM system, surface to air missile system, it's a unit. It's a system. So usually when we think of, we only think about the missile launcher. That is a missile launcher. And you have a battery, and you have a radar. Look at that, stealth elements. This guy cannot hear. You see, this is why it was bad. And of course, for every start of the mission, that is so dumb. Every start of the mission, we revert back to our default weapons. So what happened to I.G.I Origins? It was announced in 2019. So Antimatter Games, they even somehow had put enough work to release a trailer, and that's the only thing. I think that's the only actual evidence that this game was in development. Otherwise, this game has been abandoned. So this is David Jones, our main character, protagonist. He's a former British SAS agent. He's British, yeah. So he's sent to the Pentagon. Where crick. So right now we have to track down Preboy. Preboy is Estonian. Joseph Preboy. And why is a British SAS agent going around the African countries? Estonia, Thailand, where I think we also go to Russia at some point. China, we certainly go to China. Yeah, we do a lot of globe trotting. So American warhead, W88, nuclear warhead, because everything has to be nuclear. Pentagon, Anya. Oh yeah, Pentagon is the world's most secure building in the world. World's most. I think I just reminded of the three most secure infrastructures. One is the Pentagon. Second is, I think, the White House. It's so heavily guarded. Or was it the, I think, Vatican? No, not Vatican. The Queen's, where the Queen lives. What is it called? Not the Prime Minister, not 10 Downing Street. I'm talking about where the Queen lives, the Royal. I think the third one was, I think, Bill Gates' house. Quite heavily protected. Again, these are some obscure facts that you just read off of not news headlines, or not news headlines, I mean articles. Of course, how would you determine the security? But yeah, it was amongst them. Yeah, but for 2000s standards, this game was not it. Halo was it. Yes, you could argue that those games had one more year of development, but yes, by 2000, the games that were released in 2000, this game certainly holds weight. Quite a strong weight. Like if this was a question paper, how much weightage would you give to this game? Remember in my GTA and Max Payne uh, live gameplay where I read out the review scores for those games? It was all almost A plus, like 95, 96, A plus, 5 on 5, 9.5 out of 10. Like it was all like that. So reviews for this game was, let me check. All game 3 stars out of 5. Computer game strategy 3. Computer gaming world 2.5. There we go. Kaboom. Boom. All we had to do was go to the helipad and voila. Edge gave this game 6 on 10. Eurogamer 8 on 10. Game Informer 3.5 out of 10. Game Pro 4.5. This is the best score that any other publication has given for this game, which is generous by the way. Game Revolution C. Game Revolution game GTA 3 A plus. They gave Max Payne A rating. GameSpot 7.5 out of 10. GameSpy 74%. IGN 7 out of 10. Next Generation 2.
Within about
Oof.
3 hours.
This is the lowest.
We've opened up
This is the
air
lowest
corridor
score.
for extraction.
PC Gamer United
Task now is
States
to find this
49%.
boy and bring him
So
back.
yeah, all in all, this game not good.
Objective is threefold.
But then again, I
Infiltrate the installation without
specifically
overloading
remember that the popularity and success of this game, Project IGI, was not in Europe or the United States mostly. It was in the Indian subcontinent. India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, even Iran.
Once you have Yosef
Yes,
arrested,
Iran.
escort him back to the FRB
So,
chopper desk.
you know. And of course, I'm not talking about maximum sales or anything. Originality did not exist back then. That was all just copy pasted. So far this is one continuous mission. And from level 1, we stole the truck, we reached the SAM site, disabled them, helicopter picks us up, and then they dropped us here. Third mission. So this is one continuous mission. Bam, bam, bam. I love this weapon. I love the Glock 17. 17 rounds, huh? So all these games that did give childhood memories. So I'm gonna do those games first, and then I'll move on to the next one. Why did you do God of War? Why did you do God of War? Why did you do God of War? I will do that. Yes, I said I will do that. It's not I should do that. I'm thinking about doing that. I will do that. And so, you know, one more thing I was thinking. Tell me if it's should I do it or not. What about those game movies? No, not game live action movies. I'm talking about video game movies that some channels have this, like Gamatics, Game Clips, MK Fire Eyes, Shirako, Throneful. No, I don't think Throneful does it. Whatever, you get the idea. So should I be doing for those instead? Instead of playing through the whole game, or rather reacting through the whole game, if we want to know the story, so is it better? Of course, that depends from game to game. Definitely, most definitely, it depends from game to game. Something like Call of Duty, you know, there's not much to cut besides the firefight, but everybody plays those games for the firefights. So, but I think it is good to react to the game movies. It's like a movie, right? So just chilling with my viewers, you know, being active on chat. That should be fun. Viewer activity. It's raining. Ah! Hey, you! Stop there! And whenever you pick up a weapon, that chick is something else. I think in Max Payne, when you ran over the gun, I mean the sound of the ammo comes in. But in this one, it's different. So far so good. And the real MP5 is not at all this silent. It's almost like there's a silencer in this MP5, you know. Red beret. Whenever you see red beret, that's not good. Not good. Beret. The cap that they are wearing is called a beret. Ooh. Grenade. And of course this game, of course you can include a Call of Duty also, but the names of weapons, we all got it from the first person shooters. Not Halo, because Halo had some fictional weapons. These are real weapons. Look at that. Bah! See how the buckshot? Shotguns are done justice. Shotgun is always good for crowd control. Like whenever in movies they show shotgun, like firing off a shotgun and the hitting them so far away, that is never gonna happen. Because shotguns shoot buckshot. The shell inside it just spreads out. It's good for zombies, good for crowd control. See, my gameplay, I'm an assault guy. I mean, assault guy. I'm an assault rifle guy myself. I'm something of a... So even in Call of Duty and every other game, I really enjoy using the assault. Of course, for crowd control, I use the heavy machine gun wherever it's feasible. Truck. So here's a surprising thing. Even though this game was said that it had bad AI, but that is the reason it became a bit challenging, because there was no mid-game save, right? And also in those hard sections, like difficult portions of the game, once if you die, for example, it will restart the whole level and you get stuck there. Happened. But once you just know how the gameplay overall works, it just makes it more interesting. So I.G.I 1 succeeded by I.G.I 2 and then the prequel I.G.I Origins, but you know, didn't happen. There is an airstrip. We have to go to the radar, air traffic control. Project IGI, developed by Inner Loop Studios. Norwegian game development studio. Norway. The moment you say Norway, what comes to your mind? Yes, definitely. Northern Lights. And it was released by Eidos Interactive. Well, just to jog your memory, Eidos Interactive is the same publisher for Tomb Raider. I'm talking original pointy booby Lara Croft. Dun, 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 dun. Pow, pow, pow. In '97, the same studios, Inner Loop Studios, they developed the Joint Strike Fighter. So that game's engine in 1997, they developed on that game and based this game, Project IGI. Alarm is on. Have you ever wondered what happened to Innerloop Studios as in present day? Because it did start from Norway. How many gamers from Norway do you know of? So unfortunately, it has been more than 21 years where it shut down. It ended its operations in 2003, and that's why you did not get IGI 3. They probably went on to work the people who worked in Adobe Studios, each individual artist, game designer, coder, programmer, they went on to make great things. We wouldn't know of them, but we salute their sacrifices, their service. The company faced financial challenges then and was unable to secure funding for future titles. Therefore, they had to close shop. And initially it was founded by the ex-employees of Funcom. So, whoa, bang! You saw that? Hey, there, see? It's just not quick. There's too much of latency for any shotgun. So why are we doing all of this thing? To clear the sky. For any flight to take off, you have to take a entire protocol list of rules to follow. SOP, standard operating procedure. You can't just go fly willy-nilly, and that's why drones. And why do we have flying cars? Oh yeah, look at cars. Look at cars, how humans drive, you know. And there are traffic rules. You should always drive on one side of the street, you know, for both coming and ongoing. Stop at red lights. Allow pedestrian to pass whenever there's a zebra crossing. It's small rules. Up to how many people follow that? They do have to follow it when the traffic police is around. Other than that, imagine flying cars. Yeah, there's medikit kit. Oh, Eidos Interactive, by the way, Tomb Raider series. They did the Tomb Raider series from original Tomb Raider in 1996 to as recent as the remastered trilogy. Hitman series, Eidos Interactive, you remember this? Hitman series, it started in 2000 again. See, that's why they call the 2000 to 2010s era the golden age. I mean, let's say 2015, till 2015. After that, how many other good games you know? And look at this jet. Russian, right? Is that Russian? Oh, the sound design is not bad. Not bad. I like it.
Great. Miles more than the simulator.
This is great.
Crashed the simulator 6 times.
This is great.
Like the end though.
Right.
Going right in the end there.
Found a small airstrip for you to land at. Your backup team will meet you
Right.
there. I'm realigning the satellites now. I'll be in contact in 20
Realign the
minutes.
satellites.
Here are your new flight coordinates. Keep that plane low.
Yeah, keep that plane low. Anya told him to keep the plane low because the higher you up, the more easily radars can detect, because all the antennas are pointed, the dish are pointed towards
Backup is here now.
where to see spot
Captain
planes in the
Harrison
sky.
is in command.
So when you fly low, you
He's to leave you
come under
His
the
men
radar.
are to go in and bring you
That mission in GTA 5, remember?
Sniper. You are to provide
The
cover
US
and
Air Force.
All right. I get to play God then.
I guess that's
I played the
kinda
game
your
God
call
then.
sign. Harrison's sign will be Moses.
Even this one is still a continuous mission
Jones, your
going on.
objectives are as follows. 1. Secure the ruins on the hill line above the prison. This will provide an
There has
excellent
not been a
field of
single
fire.
cut. I mean, there's no
Provide cover for Harrison's men
what
as
do
they
you call it?
assault.
3.
From one mission to the
Once
other,
advised
it's just
of Joseph, you will provide covering
it
fire
picks
for
off right where it started.
4.
Right where it
When Joseph is
ends.
safely away, Harrison will give you the signal to move to the FRV for extraction.
Jack. Whoa. Playing God, sniper. Oh, this classic music, I remember this. Classic music. Ah! What other games have Eidos Interactive published? Thief series, yes. I have seen Thief series, but me personally, I have not played Thief series. For Tomb Raider, besides the anniversary and the Tomb Raider 2013, I have not played yet. You know what? I should definitely start with Tomb Raider. Hitman, I have played Absolution because it allowed a bit of going assault, not completely dead silent. And Deus Ex. Amount of good games released in 2000 and 2001 is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And Legacy of Kain, that was also released by Eidos. Alright, playing God, look at that sniper mission. Pow. This mission and in I.G.I 2 there was another sniper mission. Like some games have quite good sniper missions. Like everybody remembers Modern Warfare 1's original sniping mission. You have to shoot through the helicopter. No, you shoot the arm of the dictator and then they spot you. Helicopter spots you, so you shoot the pilot and it crashes and you have to run. It's so nice. It was just so good. And also Modern Warfare, the remake in 2019, even that had a very good sniping mission. Made it more realistic. Now for this one, for example, the bullet will shoot exactly where the crosshair is. Crosshair in the plus. Doesn't matter if it's 1 kilometer away or 10 kilometers away. If you can see an enemy, look at that. Direct headshot. There is no wind. There is no Coriolis effect. There is no gyro. There is no weight of the bullet. There is no temperature difference. There is no humidity. Nothing. It's like shooting in vacuum. So yeah, from Project IGI 1 to 2, it had a huge difference. They improved upon it so much. There's only a few games that actually does that. Black Ops 2 that did it. Anything else? Like the first part and the second part has to be vastly different. They say your first product is not your last. So yeah. Wow. No, Underground, Need for Speed Underground 1, Underground 2, that was very different. So the year 2000, the millennia, this year was significant for video game releases. The Sims came out, Diablo 2, Final Fantasy 9. I mean, there were so many Final Fantasies that even I forget how many there are. Final Fantasy 10th released recent. Baldur's Gate 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, even these things, right? These titled games that just repeat the same formula and they just improve upon the graphics year on year. It's just like NBA, just like MotoGP, just like FIFA, just like Madden, NFL. All these games, year on year on year, what do they do?
How did the debrief go on you?
How did the brief guy?
Yosef had already been
This is a
badly
fresh
beaten.
mission. This one is a
Most of
fresh
it's Uncle
mission.
Yak. I don't know why, but Yak Boy is one scared
Yak
man.
boy.
Here's what we know now. Yak is definitely in control of the business.
Yak boy.
He organized the heist of the warhead.
Okay,
Yosef was
great.
kidnapped, the warhead
This is a
was
fresh
still in Yak's
mission.
possession. It had not been delivered.
Even Legend of Zelda was released. Majora's Mask, that was released in the year 2000.
Yes, all on your own.
Yes.
Well done. We'll cope with this then.
And Resident Evil
Yak
Code
is a fully
Veronica.
property
This was
in your
released in
hands. The warhead
2000.
could be in any one of them.
What about
However,
Metal
Yak
Gear?
Boy
Metal
uses
Gear
several
Ghost Babel.
military communication channels. Yosef gave us the channel's codes, and I've identified the key name.
Yosef,
If I
pretty
can
boy.
get into the network, I can access Yak's private conversations,
Look at that.
Everything
We
he says
so far we have
is
stolen what?
including
A
the location
Sukhoi?
of the
No,
warhead.
in 2000 probably
Break
could
into
have
this
been a MiG.
communications node. Proceed to this dome. It houses
The
the,
dome.
main computers. They route all comms traffic. Once you're there, upload the virus and I'll do the rest.
What?
And you might want to escape afterwards.
You
The
might want to
weather's
escape
holding.
afterwards, no kidding.
Somewhat cloudy. We're expecting snow maybe tomorrow. Please try not to mess this one up, Jones.
Yeah, which is the best selling game of the year 2000? It's Pokemon Gold and Silver. Any game that is family friendly, they will do better. But it cannot be so family friendly that all the other age groups cannot play. Look at that. Look, this is what I'm talking about. The dumb AI. It's so close because they have only one direction. And that's why Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, they had excellent stealth mechanics for the AI. I'm talking about the enemies. Even Hitman had very good AI. Taka 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 tak. M16, A2, version 2. "32 rounds. Oh, that was amazing. I recently came across a girl who named her dog Zelda. That was interesting. I thought that was interesting. Hey, what's your dog's name? She's like, yeah, his name is Zelda. I was like, Zelda is in the video game, and she was surprised. Like, oh wow, you know the game Zelda? Are you a gamer? Do you play games? I was like, yeah, I play games from time to time. No big deal. Other games released by Nintendo in 2000 was, besides Pokemon Gold and Silver, coming back to Zelda, Majora's Mask was released in 2000, Mario Party 2, Wario Land 3, Kirby 64. I like Kirby as in the character, like Pikachu, right? Pikachu is a globally liked character. And did you know that Doraemon, yes, Doraemon is the mascot, or was it a mascot or brand ambassador for anime in Japan tourist industry? So that's something nice. Mario Tennis, Paper Mario, Banjo-Tooie. Like, looking at the poster for Banjo-Tooie, it actually looks like the early iterations of Five Nights at Freddy's. That's the dome. Big dome. And somehow these older games were quite accurate. And the modern games, yeah, sure, you can play Counter-Strike and Call of Duty Warzone, but just something. I mean, I can't explain it. I think the whole mechanics of shooting in vacuum, because the bullets, that crosshair you know that even if I shoot it from a mile away, it will still hit the target exactly where it's pointed. So the best setting was, of course, Elden Ring. Of course, Elon Musk, he did tweet, very beautiful game, this and that. I was like, oh, okay, I should try it out. Souls-like game, what do you know? No map, no to-do list. It's like, go here, go there. Even The Witcher had those things, man. So I really suck at Souls-like games, where you have to break down every single line of the NPCs. Remember that Sekiro? Yeah, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Ah, wolf. Wolf. Memories. Pow. Pow. Pow, pow, pow. What? Oh, it's there. Oh, the blood splatter, yeah. Like Call of Duty games really allowed you to get to the brink of dying and then you can just simply recover. So the M16 rifle, right, that we were using, American, it was developed from Armalite AR-15 rifle. So AR assault rifle. So it was first introduced in the United States military in 1959. So yeah, all these weapons are quite old. Waiting around for the chopper to come. We can't waste our everything because it doesn't matter. So the M16 rifle officially entered US military service in '64. So that was a 5-year period was for testing it, you know, in dirt, in mud, in water, and it was actually deployed for service during the Vietnam War. So that was the, I mean, all tests are done, now it's time for the real deal. So M16 was known for its lightweight design and accuracy. However, it was a size-wise, it was a huge rifle.
Jones, I know. The virus you uploaded, it works like a dream.
The virus you uploaded?
This is one of his more remote storage yards. Get this. He's
You know, over the
currently
years,
holding his
the
goddamn
M16
line in
had very different, lots of variants. So M16A1, M16A2, which is introduced in this game, the year 2000. So we had the grenade launcher at the bottom, M16A3, M16A4. So all of these variants just improved upon the original existing, what you call it, skeleton, you can say on the skeleton. Just make it better.
Harrison and his men are setting up on the exit road.
Specific improvements and features.
Create one hell of a noise.
Because you always need something for different situations.
Stop the limo and seize the boy. Harrison has a chopper nearby.
As of 2011,
These are the mission
I'm just tracking some charts.
Enter the base.
8 million M16 rifles have been produced. Produced,
Obtain explosives from the warehouse.
I'm saying produced, I mean not necessarily the United States Army is using the M16 rifles on their own, no, it's been produced. Some have been shipped outside, mostly it's in the United States, and after America pulled back from Afghanistan, some Talibans are also using it, obviously. And they're running around the hills of Afghanistan with, you know, AKs. AKs was common, like they're driving around in Humvees. It's cheaper for America to leave all those, you know, trucks, ammunition, guns, everything there. It's cheaper for them to leave it there than to go and get them back. The same thing happened when the Soviet Union was, you know, not taking over the world, I would say, but expanding their communist regimes, because they were the first one to invade Afghanistan. It was same thing happened there. It's cheaper for them to just leave it there. And look at after Russia-Ukraine war ends, you think America would want to bring all their weapons back to America from there? No, it's just better to leave it there. It's cheaper for them that way. It's incredible. Imagine this. Let's say you went to there's a marathon coming up, so you went, which is not in your city. You have to go to the other side of the country, and you want to go there. So you go there. You take your shoe, very nice shoe. Someone shooting with a freaking machine gun. So yeah, so you go there. You book the flight ticket, everything. Look at these idiots. You go there. You stay at a hotel, or maybe you stay with your stay at your relative's house or your friend's house. Then you go run the marathon. But whilst coming back, you woke up late and you forgot your shoe there. Now you're already home. It's better for you to just leave the shoe there than to go back, expend so much and then bring back those shoes. It's like that. Very simple, no-brainer explanation, but that's how it works. Pew, pew. Whoa. Nice. It's Lewis. It's Lewis. Ding dang ding. Tuck 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 tuck. Oh. And of course, as successful as the M16 is, the most successful weapon ever produced, obviously AK-47, automatic Kalashnikov 47. It's Aftermath, iconic. Aftermath Kalashnikov would mean something in Russian. So, what is that, about 8 million produced? Remember, M16, 8 million produced. You know how much the AK-47 was produced? 100 million units. 100 million units. Most widely produced assault rifle in the world, the AK. But the origins is roughly around the same time only. It was adopted by the Soviet Union in 1949. The design of the AK, its design shows durability, reliability, and functional reliability in harsh conditions. And that's why Far Cry 2 and that game did it quite well. Like whenever you find these guns that are, just pick it off of the island, somewhere in the island, it starts to stop shooting midways, depending on how bad its situation is. That is an realistic element. It's like katta in India, those homemade guns. Okay, when I say homemade, obviously you cannot, it's not legal anyways. But to figure out like the spring, and that's why they call it katta. Even you use local products, just use a iron barrel, like those things. It just make it a makeshift gun. I'm not even talking about 3D printing. Forget 3D printing. The actual, this homemade jugaad. Prime Minister Abenomics, ex-Prime Minister, he was assassinated by a Japanese citizen. He had his service, but he didn't like his way of running the country, and so he made a homemade design. That was Israelkutta. I mean, yeah, you could say he didn't use any. He used here and there 3D parts. Clearly, you cannot 3D print a bullet or something. So he used homemade parts, used duct tape, and I think that thing could only shoot 2 bullets, and those 2 bullets he used it to shoot Prime Minister Abe. Rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace. Visionary, obviously visionary. Another thing why the AK was so popular, because of its ability to be proven useful in extreme conditions, like minus 50 degrees to plus 50 degrees. So minus 50 degrees, where are you going to go? Antarctica? No, you're going to shoot there. So let's say you go to Russia, and it was produced in Russia, so obviously it was tried and tested against the weather, elements of the weather. And plus 50, Africa, directly. Like, you don't even have to. It's Africa. And of course, to be able to withstand mud, dust, water, humidity, dryness in the air, all this stuff. And the most iconic feature is obviously the magazine, the curved magazine. Like, it's an AK. And only 2 countries in the world, right, has the AK-47 there. I think Hamas has one. I'm going to use terror organizations simply because there are some countries that have declared Hamas as a terror organization. Other than that, one more African country, it had the AK-47 in its national flag. Yeah, I'm talking about national flag. So Hamas as an organization is not a national. Oh, yes, it is a part of Palestine, but it's not the national flag of Palestine, right? I mean, how iconic does a weapon have to be for a country to adopt it in their national flag? I mean, wow. A weapon, daggers, swords in the national flag. Wow. What? Hey, you! Stop there! Hey, yo! Yeah, steal them files. Steal them. Oh, they got him. People try to escape. You can't escape, pretty boy. I need you. I need your data.